Hi, I'm Ron Cameron. I'm the Safety and Compliance Officer for Liberty Line Haul. With the winter months rapidly approaching, winter conditions may require our drivers to put chains on. The following video will demonstrate the proper method to put chains on a tire using dual chains and single chains. However, our preference is, if conditions warrant that chains are required, that you stop and grab a parking spot to be safe and wait till weather clears. As you can see in the video, you want to lay your tire chains out fully beside the truck prior to installing them, making sure that there's no knots or kinks in them, and also that all of the chain tighteners are in the open or loose position. The cam lock is shown in the open position and in the closed position. Before you install, make sure they're in the open position. Folding the chains over on top of themselves makes it a little easier to lift the chains on top of the tires for installation. Just remember to make sure that when you place the chains on top of the tires, that the hooks on the side of the chain are facing out away from the tire to prevent damage to the tire. Pull the chain around so that the chain just barely touches in front of the tire and tucks under the front of it a little bit, as you will be driving forward to put the chain under the tire and tighten up afterwards. As you can see, we've driven just forward far enough so that now we have enough chain behind the tire that we can pull it up and use the connectors to start attaching the two ends of the chain together. The connectors are located on the inside of the duals, between the duals, and outside of the duals. Once you have the chains connected, tug on them to make sure the slack is removed. Take the cam tightening tool, which will be located in your glove box or storage box, and tighten each of the cams on the outside and on the inside of the set of chains. Once you have tightened all the cam tensioners, you will then put a series of bungee cords across between the various tires with the hooks pointing out so not to damage the sidewall of the tire. This helps take up slack in the chain that will develop as you drive. Okay, for a quick recap, whether you're putting on dual tire chains or single tire chains, drape the tire or the chains over the tire with the hooks on the side facing out to prevent tire damage. Attach the chain ends together and lock them in place. Tighten the chain up using the cam tensioners and the bungee cords. Drive forward a little bit to make sure that everything is attached properly, and recheck your chains for proper tightness. Couple of key points to remember is do not exceed 40 kilometers an hour or slower if the conditions so require. And a couple of things that you'd like to have with you: a set of gloves, a hat, 15 to 20 bungee cords, your tire chains. Check to make sure that you have the tensioning tool either in your glove box or storage box. And because this usually happens when the weather is not as nice as is demonstrated here in the shop, a nice rain suit actually keeps you dry and relatively warm and clean, so that when you're finished, you can take it off and continue the trip in comfort. Remember, if the conditions require you to need chains, we'd prefer that you stop and park. However, we do realize there are times where you will not be given that option and you will be required to put chains on, and hopefully this demo has helped. If you have any further questions on installing tire chains, please feel free to contact me or any of the mechanics in our shop. And drive safe out there. Thank you.